wheat. Ah. Come on. Open already. There we go. Seem to have a little bit of an issue with getting that thing to open. Okay, since that's full, we need to figure out where 21 is.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, there's a little field there as well. Not worried about that one. So I'll back it up a bit. All right. If I get in the cab, we are looking over there. This is actually a setting I have on Euro Truck and American Truck, where it pans the camera very slightly in the direction you're turning the wheel. $4,200, 69% full. We should move that soon. Oops. Yeah. You're not getting a go. He's gone. Okay, field 21 is right at the bottom of the map. But we do have all the wheat. I'm hoping I don't have to buy more wheat. That would be a pain in the butt. Well, it looks like the traffic accident cleared itself up. If we have in now pretty much exactly the right amount of seed, I can take this back up to the main farm, and I'll bring one of my other tractors with the pallet forks down to the store to grab the spelt and bring it back to the farm as well. Because if we do the other contract that I'm considering, it's just a grass one and we have grass seed. So yeah, as I said, I can't remember what this mod's called. It's the driving mod. It's still got a go forward, a drive reverse selector, so that I can use the pedals as you would expect to use pedals in the real world, and it turns the speedometer. The blue bar that runs around the speedometer isn't the tractor speed. That is the engine rev, engine power, if you like. So if I'm crawling along, it uses hardly any power. If I power up the seeder, the power requirement runs up, but the speed doesn't. How are we doing on this? We're doing okay. This tractor is in a really bad state when it comes to dirt. So I think when I get to this field, I'm going to stick it on a worker, I'm going to run off and get a drink, and then I'll be back. Are we here? We are here. That's the bus lay-by. That's our field of stuff. And I did something on the field to our left. I think it might have been a cultivating job on the field to our left, which is awesome. That's going to be a good income field for contracts. I don't know that I want to do that field with our harvester though, because I don't think our harvester's that big. Okay, you take care. And we will be back same time next week. At least that's the plan for now. Oh, stuff growing. Okay, field 21 should be just up on our right. It's not that entrance. It's the entrance by the cottages up on the top here. Just after the grass pasture. And here's the cottages, and sharp right into this lane here. This is the line that takes us to field 19, which we've used pretty much every year so far. Okay, field 21, I'm going to jump out of cab because no idea where the entrance to the field on our left is, which is the one we're being contracted to do things in. Okay, I'm fairly certain I can't get through that gate. No. Ah, well. Time for some unrealistic farming stuff. Let's drive through the hedge. Okay, as I said, I will stick this on a worker. I'll grab a drink and then I'll come right back. Well, I didn't close the seat belt. Okay, did we make it to the end? Not quite. How long am I driving this at? 16. Okay, back up, dude. There now. Okay, I'll let him get started. what's that line? 195. Back up very slightly. Set A. Lower. Turn it on. Turn it on. Turn it on. Oops, and go forwards. And hold it at about 195. Whatever. About that. Let's keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Stop. Set B. Alt X and go drive. Okay, it's not precise. I think I'm running at 200 degrees and the worker ran at, I want to say 195. So we'll get a little bit of overlap here. But the remainder of the field should be fairly good. And I'm guessing the exit is up over that side somewhere. Because it obviously wasn't along this country lane here. And that is the edge of the map. So yeah, my biggest complaint on this map is the edge of the map is against the edge boundary of the fields in a lot of cases. So I'm butting up against the edge of the field quite frequently, and then it should encourage me to actually pull back a bit and actually plant in the field as opposed to going into the grassland to the side of it. Now on some of the fields on this map, pretty sure this one, I've actually pulled back the edge of the field. So it's not, I've actually given out some of the map defined fields to just headland, grass headland, so that there's a little bit more leeway right on the edge of the field. Obviously, if I don't own the field, I can't do that. And I should also do it to this field here. Is that 18? I should actually give some of this edge back as well. This one's not too bad, because there is actually a fair amount of leniency between the edge of the field and the edge of the map. So, planting wheat. How far are we done here? Coming on 20%, so... I'm not sure how good we're going to be here with our seed supplies, and we don't have any wheat, so this is going to be a tiny bit of a challenge. As I said, I really don't want to run back to the store if I don't have to. Okay. And to further what we were saying about doing rows and headlands earlier, the other way is to just leave the seeder down as you turn at the ends. Especially useful if if your seeder is as wide as your harvester header, the harvester can just drive where the seeder went. So you can either get to the end perfectly straight and lift it, or you can just turn it. And yeah, there's small gaps along the headland where you don't have crop growing, but you're covering 95%, 99% of your field. So sorry, and you're kind of not wasting seed by having to go over areas that you've already seeded. Which doing rows and then headlands, unavoidably ends up doing. So what do we get up to? Oh, we're up to 195. So this is definitely going to blow us through 200,000, which is good because I kind of think I need that amount of money to get the grass cutting equipment that we're going to need. So little copse of trees over in the corner there, that's not a big deal. Excuse me. So this is kind of an odd shaped field. I think we just about cleared those trees in front of us. So we'll be heading this pass all the way up to the northern extremities of this field. This will be our longest axis across the field, I would guess. And it should reveal to us how we were supposed to get into this field. And not drive through the hedges at the edge. So the old GPS on FS19, you used to be able to program it to, if you're within, there's the entrance, you used to be able to program it so that if you were within X amount of yards from, or meters from the edge of the field, the tractor would automatically initiate a 180-degree turn. So you could pretty much set it auto drive and it would perform alternate left and right turns. Don't know if this one does. Full strap to headland mode. So that's programming the offset. So there's no auto reverse. Oh, that allows me to name the track and save it. Don't know, it doesn't have a thing.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi. Oh, there's a... Oh! The headland mode, you can set the acting strategy on the headland. No idea what that means. But I'm guessing that might make it that we could do an auto reverse on this. Maybe that needs to be something I investigate sometime in the future. Although I'm kind of migrating towards is it using courseplay, which obviously does not mean that I'm going to be using GPS quite so much. I'm going to be using courseplay a little bit more frequently now in this series, because it lets you set off the harvester and then you can concentrate on trucking. Although I think for the most part I'd like to stick with doing as much of the work as I can myself, but as the farm gets bigger, the time it takes to do things is going to be longer. Okay, that's less than half of the seed that we bought. We're at 50% of the way. We will not have a lot of seed left at the end of this. I'm thinking we'll probably have some. What I have to make sure I don't do is waste any by driving over areas I've already planted, because that will use up seed. And as I said, we were just about 50% with 50% seed. I do not want to have to buy a pallet of seed, 2,100 litres of seed, just so that I can plant 100 litres.
This won't bounce. See?
Yeah. But we're doing okay for now. So I think I might investigate that whole headland mode
I
thing.
don't know if this will get.
As I said, what that may do is make this an automatic turn.
Wow.
Which then means that you can just drive the whole course across the field and then see where we end up at the end of it. Dude, told you not to mess with that. Anyway, once this done, what are we getting paid? 17,000, so definitely over 200, or easily over 200. And it's 4:30, so this may actually be the last job of the day. And that's fine. We've planted 3 contracts over the course of this afternoon. And there will probably be a whole batch of new contracts to do tomorrow. Unless that turn up completely. What are you doing? Come on. That was a total mess up. Okay. Okay, that's better. So this triangle here is going to be annoying. Thinking I can probably go up and back once more. Then we'll be in the confines of this triangle. We're doing 70% done. Also not sure how accurate that is. There are times when it seems to drag for a long time and then all of a sudden does very, very quick progression. Doesn't always make sense. It's kind of like with obviously the harvesting contracts. You start out and you harvest 10% of the field, and you don't see much in the way of progress. But then as soon as you start delivering the crop to the store, there's huge jumps in progression, and the progression does not reflect the percentage delivered either. So, kind of difficult to figure out, or to explain, but sometimes it seems to me that, I'm at 74% now and I've gone up and down once, but then all of a sudden I'll do 2 rows and I progress another 4%. It's sort of, how did that happen? 74% done. Tank has 18%. The tank was only 60, 70%. I can't figure it out. But 75%, and at 10.50 will be 3/4 of the way through the seed I bought. 76% done. So estimates right now would seem to indicate that we are going to have maybe 100-150 litres of wheat left in the tank with the contract complete. Oh, now she's going to mess it up. I think these trees might be a little bit close. Yes, they are.